Taron Egerton, Wolverine, and the 4th of July, guys. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. On today's show, we talk about Gorr the God Butcher and why he's looking the way that he does. Snow White Grumpy actor speaks out. Tom Cruise has his birthday, but it's also Monday, so it's time for the weekend box office report. But we start off the day's stories by talking about Taron Egerton as Wolverine. Well, apparently he says that he's met with Kevin Feige hoping for a shot to play Wolverine in the MCU, and this comes to us from Hollywood Reporter. So this is going to be on the big trades of the day, guys. So the Rocket Man actor admitted he would be a bit apprehensive if given a chance to play the X-Men character. Now, Taron Egerton, if you don't know, he was in the Kingsman. He was also in that Rocket Man movie with Sir Elton John, which he was phenomenal in. But what do you guys think? Do you think that he can play Wolverine? Let's get a shot of him there. I think this was when he was making that awful Robin Hood movie. Because I think those are arrows there. But I guess he had a conversation with Kevin Feige saying that they had talks about it. So the actor went on to say, okay, let's take a look at it from the quote here. I don't think it would be wrong to say that Edgerton, 32, told the publication that with a laugh about his interest in the part. I'd be excited, but I'd be apprehensive as well because Hugh is so associated with that role. I'd wonder if it'd be very difficult for someone else to do it. Well, yeah, of course it'd be somebody, but you eventually you have to get into a new Wolverine. Now he's 32, so okay. Let me address something right off the bat. I hate people when they say, "Well, you got to cast young enough so he can play it for like 10 or 15 years," just like Hugh Jackman did. I hate that. Like if you want to get me triggered, that's one way that you can start because that means you have no vision, you have no scope of what the character is. Like it's kind of like you're putting the franchise before the first one gets off good. When you say that, oh, you got to think about 10 years ahead. You got to think 10 years ahead. It's like, no, guys, come on, make one good one first, and then we'll worry about that afterwards. But that being said, he's young enough that he could play it for a number of years. So it should quell those people out there that'll be like, ooh, it's about the franchise. It's all about the franchise. Yeah, so anyway, they were, Hugh Jackman and Edgerton worked together on Eddie the Eagle. And there they are with that. So he is a little bit shorter, but there are people out there, the sweaties, that say that, well, he's still too tall. He's still too tall because I guess Wolverine's supposed to be like just over 5 feet or something. So, I don't know. People will still complain, but you know what? Hugh Jackman is over 6 feet. He's like 6'2" or something. And I still think that Taron Egerton, if he wants to, the muscle part is not going to be an issue for him because we see him he's a little bit ripped there. But he's got that look to him. Let's see if I can pull that up in a new. Yeah, he's got. Just imagine him with the hair. I think he could pull it off. And so he's met with Feige. They've had talks. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know that eventually here the X-Men are going to get introduced in the MCU. And I want to know your guys' thoughts. Is he going to be a good fit? Who would you like to see as Wolverine if it's not going to be him, Taron Egerton? I guess the only other name I could throw out there is maybe Zac Efron, but maybe he's getting a bit too old for that too. So if you go really young, you see, Wolverine always plays well when he's playing off with the younger X-Men. So having him a little bit middle-aged there, I think that works better for it. It works way better for it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Our Glass Vikings in the live chat says, I would never have picked Taron for the role of Wolverine, but now I can see him as Logan. I think it would be a good cast for him. Yeah, because there's definitely Just the way his look in his face is, it's the brows. I think he's got the same kind of brows as Hugh had. I would never have picked Taron. Yeah, but I think he can. I think he would be an okay fit. And then we got some mock-ups. So this will be the big story of the day, guys. Yeah, some of the mock-ups here don't look all that good. So forgive me. Maybe. Taron Egerton. We know that he's a good actor, so we know that he would be able to pull it off in some capacity, for sure. And we know that the X-Men, those characters are coming down the pipe here for the MCU. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. All right, guys, I didn't load up this graphic, but we'll talk about the weekend's box office report now. And this will be a little bit unofficial numbers because, hold on here. I could see Dacre Montgomery as Wolverine, maybe. He played Billy in Stranger Things. Oh, yeah, Billy in Stranger Things. Might just be with the mullet swaying me. Let's see if we can pull that up here. I'm going to pull up your pick here, Hourglass. This guy is a Wolverine. I think he could work. Maybe he's a little bit too suave, though. I don't know. You got to remember that Logan won't have facial hair, right? There he is with a cigar. So he's got the token cigar. That might work for him. Maybe. Who knows? All right, guys. So it's a long weekend in the United States, not in Canada. Well, sort of for us. We had Friday off. They have Monday off. So it's going to adjust the box office numbers here a little bit. So we'll go over the box office numbers today, but it will change probably by tomorrow once everything gets adjusted here, because well, it's like a 4-day weekend for some people. But anyway, let's go through the box office report for July 1st to the 3rd. For 2022, the top 5 are: number 1 was Minions: The Rise of Gru, number 2 was Top Gun Maverick, number 3 was Elvis, number 4 was Jurassic World Dominion, and number 5 was The Black Phone. Good to see The Black Phone hanging in there. That's really good. Minions, obviously, is going to be the talk of the town, ranking in $108.5 million. At the domestic box office, The Rise of Gru. Now, I have a chance to go see this tomorrow, but I'm not going to. 108.5. Domestically and internationally, 93.7. For a worldwide total of 202.2. So that's, well, you know what? It's summer, guys. The kids just got out of school, here in Canada at least. And people are in the States too are now fully getting out for the full summer. So you drop any kids movie, regardless of quality, regardless of the quality, they're going to, it's going to do well at the box office. Now, I don't know anything about this franchise, Minions. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. Top Gun Maverick is in the second place. It stays at the second place, so that's good. 25.5. And that's about average. That's about where I thought it would be. Let's take a look at those numbers here. Because it crossed $1.1 billion worldwide. And as I said, this is a movie that I want to go out and watch it again before it leaves the theater, because of the aerial sequences are just so fantastic. And hopefully by then I'll be able to have my choice of wherever I can sit in the theater for like the best angle. That's what I want. Okay. So, Rise of Gru. What else is let's take a look at perhaps, let's take a look at what if Jurassic World is inching towards the $1 billion mark here. 824. And it's slowed down a lot. The momentum on this is almost, ooh. What was it last week for Jurassic World Dominion? 331. 331. No, so it's, huh. Yeah, so 15 million. It's going to drop down to the 5th spot, well, this week, because Thor comes out this week, and I got my tickets for Thursday, guys. I think mine starts at 4 p.m., so I'll be seeing it then. If not, hopefully a little bit sooner, because there might be new shows that open up, and I'll switch my tickets over. So everything will get shifted down here. The Black Phone hanging in there, 12.3, that's good. So it's definitely made its money back. And it's a good horror film. If you guys haven't seen it, go out and check it out. I just want to maybe check out Elvis here. Let's take a look at what Elvis is doing, because I'm going to see this tomorrow, I think. 67.3 domestically, 46.2 internationally. It won't do as well internationally. It should, though. But Elvis was an American, so he probably have a bigger draw for the domestic box office. But worldwide, 113.5. Well, it was only an $85 million budget, so that's not that bad. I think it was $85 million. Yeah, Elvis. That's cool. Yeah. It dropped from 1st to 3rd. So, Top Gun Maverick is still hanging in there over Elvis, and that's just worth noting. That's cool. But Austin Butler as Elvis, I can't wait to see him tomorrow. Okay, guys, let's move on to talking about Austin Butler. Dune Part 2 is ready. It's actually going to start filming here much sooner than we thought. Dune Part 2 will apparently start filming much sooner than expected, as Denis Villeneuve's sequel is slated to begin shooting this month. It's slated to begin this month, but it's actually going to shoot this weekend, from what I understand. Just some early shots. I think the formal cast is slated to start shooting this July 21st properly with the full cast, but in the pre-shooting is about to get underway for Dune Part 2 in Italy for the next 2 days this week, for 2 days beginning this week. So it's this week. Dune 2. Why does he look like he's 5 years old there? Maybe it's just the angle. Timothée Chalamet. But of course, you know that Austin Butler's going to be playing the bad guy, Faye Rotha, and Florence Pugh is going to be playing the princess. Now, I saw somebody mentioned me on Reddit saying that Florence Pugh, they're dubious if she's going to be able to pull off the regal quality that's needed for this. And hey, Florence Pugh is a talented actress. I think she's going to be able to pull it off. But Dune Part 2 was supposed to come out in October 2023, and then it got pushed to November 2023. So it's already been pushed, and that wasn't a huge storyline to go with. But it may, I'm thinking it may even get pushed further. For some reason, it would not shock me if it got pushed to summer 2024. I would love to see it by next year. If it starts shooting now, but it's such a heavily visual effects film, I don't know if they'll be able to get it out in time. So I'll just hold my breath. I won't be shocked if they said Dune Part 2 while it starts filming this week. It still needs some time in the post-production process. That won't surprise me. If it's got pushed once, yeah. I still hope they keep that November date, though. I hope they keep that. But what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Stranger Things, guys. We got a couple of Stranger Things here to talk about. Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2 just premiered on Friday, and we did a full live watch-along for both of the episodes. And thank you very much for watching that, guys. Episode 9 is about to breach 1,000 views on the channel, which is very good for me. And I'm very proud of that playlist, actually. Very, very, very proud. Because it's comprehensive. And it's very comprehensive. But some of the favorite things that happened in Volume 2 was, for me at least, was the Metallica sequence, Joe Quinn's favorite Stranger Things moment here. And it made me tune up my guitar to standard tuning so that I started to learn the opening riff. And oh man, I forgot how much down picking Hetfield likes to use in that song. Like there's no, you know how people strum like this? It's all down picking, so it's like, yeah. Anyway, so apparently, yeah, that sequence was awesome. It was awesome when that started playing. And Joseph Quinn here, I think he's got a quote for us. saying, I think all the scenes with the gang, I love the kind of ensemble stuff when you're just getting into it with everyone. But I'd say that the highlight was probably the Metallica sequence just because it was so fun. The whole time I was doing it, I was like, I'm never going to be able to do anything this cool again, so let's make the most of it. Of course. Why not? Yeah, because it was awesome, guys. Yeah, as much as people like the Kate Bush song use, I think Metallica for me was definitely my favorite part. So just in a little bit of a relation to that, there are more, like, people are mining the Stranger Things stuff right now because it's just so hot. You can't not talk about Stranger Things. And the Metallica part, there was a story about that, how the creators went to Metallica and told them their pitch and said, okay, because they had used some of their song before, I think, was it Orion or something? And they gave permission to or something. And so Metallica was on board with it. They knew, well, look at how much reception it's getting. It's going to make a lot more new people check out Master of Puppets. So that's cool. And that album. But that's cool. So let's take a look at what perhaps Joe Quinn also says, that he has hopes for season 5, hoping that somehow his name will be cleared. Because remember, Eddie, and this is, I guess, I'm not going to worry about spoiler warnings or anything like that. Eddie was accused of murdering someone, right? So his name has still been tarnished. And let's read this quote from Quinn here that says, that's kind of the kick, isn't it? It was just rough that he dies, and people don't realize what a hero he is, but hopefully we'll have his name cleared in season 5. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, because nobody saw when that girl died in his trailer. So, what was it, Chrissy? Or yeah, something like that. I hope that hopefully maybe Dustin will work to clear his name with the town, because that would be some nice justice. Because that's something that's you didn't really get to see him go out as a hero. And I like that moment when he was like starting to run away from the bats, and then he's just like, no, I'm not going to run anymore, and turns around and then meets his demise. Keeping with the Stranger Things, guys, just a small thing. Stranger Things 4 Volume 2 features terrific Halloween nod, and it's not so obvious. Well, we do remember that they had the Halloween mask. Eddie wore the Halloween mask. But apparently this is not the nod that this article decided to pull. Now, you can pull out comparisons for almost lots of things in Stranger Things. Murray with the flamethrowers, just like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like, that's what the Duffer Brothers said from day one, is that this is supposed to be inspired from a whole bunch of things that we liked. And you're going to see that come out in the show. And some people don't like that. Some people get on them for doing that. But I guess the one person here that came up with this article on Hollywood Reporter says that, oh, the way that Vecna died when he was getting shot by Nancy with the shotgun, he falls out through the window and falls down from the second floor onto the front of the house there in the Upside Down. And that's kind of like, that's another tribute to Halloween. Now, it's like, okay, come on, guys. Like, this is when you're starting to look at every little thing. And they're saying, of course, that final moment with Nancy shooting the shotgun is like Terminator 2. But as I said, the Duffer Brothers, that's what they want to do. They want to try to use all these cultural references. And some people say, ooh, you can't do it. You can't do that. You're just stealing from somebody else. Make up your own stuff. Well, that wasn't the mission statement from day one from these guys. They're saying that they wanted to use all of these cultural references, and people don't complain when they heard the Kate Bush song. So, okay, well, fine, whatever. But guys, Stranger Things Season 4 has wrapped up, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. Go over and watch my playlist. I'll leave it linked in the cards once this goes live. because you can watch all of the episodes with me. You just put it on Netflix and you just watch my reactions along with it, and it's a really cool playlist. I'm really proud of that one. Okay, let's take some live chat comments here. It would be great, Artglass Viking says, it would be great if the theaters re-released Dune Part 1 with the release of Dune Part 2, then I wouldn't be too concerned how far the movie gets pushed back. Well, yeah, that's a good point. I think they'll re-release Part 1 anyway. So if it gets pushed back to 2024, that'll be like the ultimate way that you would want to see that. Even if Dune Part 2 is like 3 hours, sitting in the theater for like 5 hours, watching the way that it was meant to be seen, that would be awesome. Joseph Quinn is a cool guitar player, playing since he was 7 years old. Jamie Campbell Bauer Vecna is in a band too called Counterfeit. Great musical talent in Stranger Things. Yeah, great. That was a cool sequence. All right, let's move on to Gorr the God Butcher. Thor, guys. Thor 4 comes out. Thor Love and Thunder comes out this week. And we got an article here on MovieWeb that says Thor Love and Thunder director changed Gorr's look to avoid Voldemort comparisons. So now we got some truth here. Because the comic book Gorr, yeah, he doesn't have the nose. He doesn't have the nose. So I could see the Voldemort comparison. So, well, and you got Christian Bale. Don't cover him up with a whole bunch of makeup, because his face will be so expressive, and we've seen that it is so expressive. Let's take a look at his quote here. I guess it was from an IGN interview here. I'm not going to play it for you, but I'll read the quote. His face in the comics, unfortunately, does kind of resemble Voldemort. So I was like, people are just automatically going to make that connection. So we decided to depart from that design a bit more and sort of keep elements of the tone and the fact that he is the sword. Really, it was about his story. That was the most important thing for us. So I was hoping that they could at least keep some of the tendrils, and maybe he will, because he does talk to that thing that gives the symbiotes power, right? So yeah, there's Voldemort. Gorr. Voldemort. Just add some tendrils on him, and then, yeah, you got Gorr right there. So I think that's a necessary change. But you know what? I like that, because at least it gives us a little bit of context, a little bit of scope as to, why that change was made. And I'm excited for it. I'm still excited for Thor the Love and Thunder. Even though I've had some spoilers come my direction, I'm not going to... Because some twit came out and said that, the post-credit scene is one of the most epic things that I've ever seen. So, of course, I have to go and... Because I'm somebody who... I don't care about spoilers. I went out and I saw it, and I'm like, that got you excited? That got you excited? Ugh. Yeah, some people, they get hyped up and then they overhype it. I don't want to overhype Thor. And I hate overhyping things. That's not my bag. But some things, do have an emotional touch to it. And Guardians of the Galaxy 3, apparently Chris Pratt has come out and said that he talks about how emotional the end of Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. He talks about the emotional end. Emotionally talks about the end. Well, because we know that the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be the final movie with this crew of the Guardians. And because Dave Bautista wants out, and who knows what is going to happen with Gamora, if she's going to stay with Star-Lord or not. Groot will be big and back again. So let's take a look at his quote here, because I'm pretty sure it's done. It's all in the can now. So that means they've done filming. It's all in post-production now. So Chris Pratt says, you want to be conscious and put a lot of effort into experiencing the moment. Like this is going away. I want to take it in. You can't take it any harder than just being present to it. I'm just being present. The other day, Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks quarterback, got traded to Denver. What the heck? What does that have to do with anything? He's been with Seattle for 10 years, which has been about the duration of this. I was like, hold on, what happened? The emotion around the last 10 years was coming to an end, and in the most embarrassing way, like my quarterback leaves, so I'm going to cry, and it's hitting me in moments like that. So what? Okay, so he used a football analogy there, a sports analogy to say that just like a quarterback leaving the team, he's feeling like he's leaving the team. But who knows? You know, the Guardians will still show up in other things from time to time, I would imagine. And Will Poulter is going to be playing Adam Warlock in this one, so I'm excited to see that, to see what he looks like. Thor: Love and Thunder comes out this week. Black Panther in November. Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out in February. And then next May is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Volume 3, May 5th. May 5th. Huh. So just under a year away from this. Well, yeah, of course. You got a trilogy, and you get a little bit emotional at the end. I guess I don't fault them for that. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Ooh, Disney, grumpy. Disney is still moving ahead with that Snow White dwarves movie casting despite backlash. Yeah, there's a bunch of backlash because Peter Dinklage came out and said it's not really all that culturally sensitive to have a bunch of short people live in a cave and stuff like that. But Martin Kleba he's going to be playing Grumpy in the movie, with Rachel Zegler playing Snow White. Martin Kleba was from Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's see if they got a picture of him in there. So yeah, he's going to be playing Grumpy. And he's come out and he said that, well, let's take a look at his quote and then see what we make of it. Quote, just got done filming Snow White, which will be coming out late next year, and of course I play Grumpy. Gal Gadot is our witch, and Rachel Zegler will be our Snow White. So come on by and have a good time. So it sounds like it's going to be a good time, Snow White. But despite what Peter Dinklage said, and I remember when that all came out, it was like a big ruffling of the feathers, that it's not really all that culturally sensitive, but people have said that, well, this is a first-hand account from one of the people playing one of the dwarves that says it's going to be fun. And Rachel Zegler as Snow White, I think she's going to be okay. She'll be fine. Gal Gadot is the evil queen. Now that's what I want to see. Because Gal Gadot doesn't have that much range. But having her branch out like that, playing different styles of roles instead of just heroes like in Fast and the Furious and what was that, Red Notice last year, seeing her play the evil role, it'd be just like Chris Hemsworth playing the evil role, like from Thor. He was the evil role in Spiderhead. He's going to be that villain in the new Furiosa movie, the Mad Max prequel film. Oh, and I can't wait to see stuff from that. That'll be just awesome to see. Tom Cruise had his 60th birthday on the weekend, guys, and, well, I guess he once again risks his life in the latest look at Mission Impossible 7. Chris McQuarrie has showed a new look at the latest death-defying stunt. Now, I saw this on the weekend, but I didn't realize that it was Tom Cruise. This is a stunt from Mission Impossible 7. Oh, God, jeez. So what's going on here? There's somebody else flying it, obviously, and he's hanging on upside down. Man, how much insurance would that be for him to do that? You know he's got wires holding him on there, so even if he loses his grip, it's still going to hold him on there. But it's still dangerous, because if it comes undone, he's done, right? Oh, wow. And you got that stunt, you got the motorbike stunt going off the cliff. Oh, wow. You got all the car chases with Haley Atwell going on in that. Tom Cruise, 60th birthday was on the weekend, guys. And kudos that Top Gun Maverick just topped 1.1 billion. Mission Impossible may not get that big, but it'll be good to see this cast back. Rebecca Ferguson, awesome. But that stunt, ooh, oh, that's breathtaking. You know that he would do stuff like this, right? 60th birthday to Tom Cruise, 60th. 60. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. Our Glasses Vikings says in the live chat they could have made Gorr to look similar to Thanos wizard henchman Ebony Maw. Well, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I remember Ebony Maw. But Christian deserves to be seen and heard, yeah. And I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Because let's pull up some images of him. Yeah, there's just so much that he's doing with his face. Yeah. Yeah, because seeing that kind of expressiveness, I think is going to help. Sorry, there's that one there too. And having that covered up by makeup, I don't think that'll work. Whoops. I don't think that'll work. All right, what's next? Avatar 2 news. Guys, we got Avatar back in the headlines, and we got a couple of headlines, so bear with me as we get through some of these. Avatar 2, The Way of Water, reveals first look at Stephen Lang's return. This was in an article, I think this, whoops, there we go. So that's Stephen Lang's character. So I guess he's going to come back in the sense of he's going to use an avatar, a Navi avatar. And Stephen Lang from Empire. So an Empire exclusive. Let's take a look at what he says. He's bigger, he's blue, he's pissed off, but there may possibly be an aspect of humility when you take the 2 Navi arrows in the chest. That's going to have some kind of effect on you. He always was a character who moved in straight lines and at right angles, but now he is lithe as they come. He is as lithe as they come. So he can bend, I guess, or move. We can move with the same kind of cunning and feral quality that any Navi can. So, yeah, we've seen some images here, and it looks great. I think we pretty much remember that we get the feeling as adolescents. Certainly, I was 5'10" or 5'11" when I was 11. Yeah. So he's going to be back as a blue character. So I'm guessing his body will be wrecked, and they'll be using his mind to put inside that. Yeah. Miles Quattridge. So what do you guys think about those images? Keeping with the Avatar news here, guys, James Cameron says he may not direct Avatar 4 and 5. I thought this was your baby, man. I thought you've been waiting decades now for this thing to come into fruition. What are you talking about? James Cameron has been driving force behind Avatar, but it looks like he may not end up directing all the movies. I don't know if people will stand for that. He told Empire magazine, "The Avatar films themselves are kind of all-consuming. I've got some other things I'm developing as well that are exciting." Well, good, because we want to see those other things, not just Avatar. So maybe I might be on board with this. I don't know. I think eventually over time, I don't know if that's after 3 or after 4, I'll want to pass the baton to a director that I trust to take over so I can do some other stuff I'm also interested in, or maybe not. I don't know. Well, yeah, you're no spring chicken. There's another shot of Stephen Lang's character. So he doesn't want to do all of them, but hopefully the stories are all done by now, right? Thankfully, the director appears to believe in much in the story of his sequel and coming editions. He said, "Everything I need to say about family and sustainability, about climate, about the natural world, the themes that are important to me in real life and cinematic in life, I can say on this canvas. I got more excited as I went along. Movie 4 is a corker. It's a mother effer. I actually hope I get to make it, but it depends on market forces. 3 is in the can, so it's coming out regardless." 3's in the can. Did they shoot 2 and 3 back to back? I thought they just finished number 2. 3 is in the can. I really hope that we get to make 4 and 5 because it's... Oh, maybe they were filming it back to back. Yeah. Whether or bound they still on board for Avatar 3 in 2 years' time, people will have to wait and see. Well, yeah, because people are still dubious about this, right? There's like, much to my misunderstanding of it, people are still very excited for this. Because when I watched it, even when I watched the trailer on the big screen, yeah, it looked great and stuff. But I'm not hyped. I'm not like oozing with anticipation for it. I'm kind of like, well, it's there. I'm gonna check it out regardless. It's Cameron. So yeah. What do you guys think about some of those stories for Avatar 2? Let me know in the comments. Arglass says they could have made what? Is that the only thing that she said? Oh, I thought she said something different. Oh, I guess not. Okay, Clerks 3. Clerks 3, guys, is coming out this year. And it's hopefully going to be a return to form for Kevin Smith. Clerks 3 poster has Dante and Randall returning to Quick Stop. Well, we knew that the third movie was going to be them going back because they bought the store and now it's going to be run by them. We see Silent Bob there with Jay. I don't know who these other people are. I don't recognize those people. But Clerks 3 will have Rosario Dawson back, which would be kind of interesting to see. And that guy who played Elias is going to be in it. So let's take a look at this poster. I'll blow it up a little bit bigger here. They're too old for this shift. Coming soon. Okay, guys, so the Clerks 3 trailer drops on Wednesday. We'll be doing a trailer reaction for that for sure, because I like Clerks 2. Now, sadly, not a lot of people went out to the theater to see it, because when I went to see Clerks 2, I was the only person in the theater. I think that I got a private screening. Yes. So, regardless if it just comes out on streaming or not, guys, I'll still be excited for it, because Clerks 2 is awesome. And I like the first Clerks too. It's his Smith's bread and butter, and hopefully he returns to form with this. Things don't become cheesy like they were in the Silent Bob reboot. July 6th is when we get the trailer. No release date currently announced as of now, but that may change by the time Wednesday comes around. And yeah, Clerks 3, guys, I'm excited for it. There's the poster. What do you guys think? Are you excited for it? Let me know in the comments. Now, we got a couple other stories here that are not listed there, but are in the comments section before we round out the day. Denzel Washington gets awarded Presidential Medal of Freedom. Cool. The Glory and Training Day actor will receive the U.S. highest civilian honor. He's one of 17 new recipients. Well, that's good for Denzel. He's going to be in Equalizer 3 coming out next year, so that's cool. He was just in that Macbeth movie. So that's cool. He's going to get this award. Now, I don't know who the other recipients... Tragedy of Macbeth. Which I thought was cool. But anyway, Denzel getting awarded. Can't go wrong with that. And that's kudos. My favorite Denzel role? That's a tough one to think. My favorite Denzel Washington role. He was good in Glory. He was really good in Glory. He was good in Training Day. You hated him in Training Day. But I liked him in... I also liked him in stuff like Equalizer. Was that his best role, though? He was in Philadelphia. Yeah, there's so many good roles, Denzel. But, some recognition there. Kudos, man. I should have put this one up. But I kind of wanted to... maybe we'll bookend it with this. Kingsman 3 will begin filming next year, says Taron Edgerton. So, this sort of brings us full circle here. We... started with Taron. We're going to end with Taron. With the main stories here for today. He says that they're expecting to film Kingsman 3 next year. Let's take a look at the quote. Although he's saying not to take his word as gospel. My understanding is that we are to be shooting the third installment in my saga, I believe next year, but don't listen to what I say because I don't really know. They're grown-up decisions. Well, you still have to agree to the schedule. He'll have his acting schedule, and let's say that he has that he gets signed on for Wolverine. If he plays Wolverine, then he might get pulled into some other side projects too, so I'm sure they'll figure out his schedule. It's all about scheduling, guys. But Kingsman 3 will center on Eggsy and Harry. Okay. Hopefully it'll be a step up from Kingsman 2. But next year, guys, what do you guys think? I love Denzel in Man on Fire. Yeah, he was good in that. And Book of Eli was really awesome too. Yeah. Thinking of Denzel stuff. Let's take a look at some Denzel stuff. We've got a little bit of time here. Denzel. Even, in ensembles like Magnificent Seven, he was good in. Unstoppable. Yeah, Book of Eli was good too. Oh, American Gangster. That one was awesome. Yeah, he was... Oh, yeah. With the Russell Crowe chasing him. I like Deja Vu. Inside Man was meh. Antoine Fisher, Johnny Q, Training Day. Bone Collector. He Got Game, Fallen. Want to see if there's like a Virtuosity. Was that also with Crow? Crimson Tide was good. That was with he was Gene Hackman, right? A submarine movie. Then Philadelphia. Malcolm X, I think. Oh, he was also in Much Ado About Nothing. Yeah. Great career. Great career. Yeah. Man on Fire is a good pick. Book of Eli, yeah. Cool, man. All right, guys. Let's take a look at the old Twitter roundup, and then I think that'll round us out for today. And I'll talk about something here. On the weekend, we did a reaction to The Devil's Advocate, and that's still up on the channel right now. As of now, it's still up on the channel, but it got blocked. And I tried to blur out some of the scenes, but they said, no, you got to chop them out. So I had to chop out a couple of the scenes from that. So I wanted to put those up so that I could just let the time run, and you guys will have your own copy to follow along with me. And I wanted to do movies all this week, actually. But it's kind of made me rethink that. I know that my bread and butter is talking about the movie news. That's what I like to talk about. And might as well throw this on and do that. So we'll have to maybe pause or just think about how I'm going to do the movie stuff. But I know it's a tap. I know as soon as I start doing that, it'll draw more people to the channel. We need another series or something to get into so that people can follow along with that. But let's round out the day today, guys, by looking at the Twitter sphere to see if I missed anything out there in the schedule. Warner Bros. Blockbusters currently in production. Dune Part 2 with Timothée Chalamet is going. Furiosa has started, and we saw that. Barbie, Mickey 7 with Robert Pattinson. God, Anya Taylor-Joy. Jesus Christ. David Harbour, photographed by for GQ, and he was good in Stranger Things. He was so good. That storyline, that kind of got pushed to the background in Volume 2. World on Fire, I don't know what that is. First look at Hemsworth on the set of Furiosa. Cool. So, look at that. Furiosa, he's playing the bad guy, guys. So he's playing, what was it, Dr. Dementus, I think? Look at the beard. Oh, wow. That's going to be interesting. Huh. And if you've seen Spiderhead, and we did a full live watch along on that for the channel here, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't mind blowing or anything, but the more time that I've had to think about it, to marinate on it, Hemsworth was good in it. Miles Teller was good in it. And so seeing him play the bad guy again, that's what I want to see. People stretch themselves, change themselves. Seeing Gal Gadot as the evil queen, that's going to be something that I want to see too. But that's cool. That's awesome. Okay, I don't know what that is. Some kind of art show, but it's got Emma Watson there, so some kind of fashion. Look at those look at those shoulder pads. Wow. Huh. Oh man, sorry to hear about the block. Hope it works out. Yeah. Shout out from the Philippines, Sly Slamoran Salamoran. Salamoran? Cool, man. From the Philippines, thank you very much. Cool. So we're just wrapping up the show today. If you didn't know, we talked about all these things. I'll put time codes for these guys up later on once this goes live. As you know, it's a daily show, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, where we just go through the movie news stories as quickly as we can. The Runaways, starring Dakota Fanning, is now on streaming on Hulu. Okay. Margot Robbie's upcoming projects, Babylon. Want to see that one? That's where it's a period piece where they're making a silent film and it gets changed into a talking film. Really interesting. Amsterdam, Barbie. Barbie's the one I'm looking forward to, I think, the most. She's supposed to be in a Pirates movie. Ocean's 11 prequel, perhaps. Those are to be announced. What's this? An exclusive photo from the set of Loki Season 2 reveals that Zaniac will appear on the show. Zaniac? The character of Brad Wolfe was an actor possessed by Zaniac, an entity that controlled various hosts, overwhelming them with the bloodlust to kill. Zaniac. Huh. Well, okay. Dune Part 2 will start shooting this week. Yeah, film hits November 17th. We saw that story. Bunch of people here. Don't know what that is. Keep my eye on it. Michelle Rodriguez. All have reportedly auditioned for roles in Pedro Almodovar upcoming adaptation of Manual of a Cleaning Woman. Star Kate Blanchett. Elvis has grossed $111 million at the box office. Good for him. Good for Elvis. Minions is big. Top Gun 2, 1.1. Happy birthday, Tom Cruise. That was yesterday, guys. June 3rd. 3 years ago today, Midsummer was released. Oof, oof. As I said, I tried to rewatch Midsummer, guys. I watched it again. And as much as I think that Hereditary is a masterpiece, Midsummer it's still too long for me. It's too long. Noah Schnapp, Garrett Hedlund, and Victoria Justice will star in mystery thriller The Tutor. The film follows a professional tutor, Hedlund, who, after being given an unexpected assignment at a remote manor, finds himself battling his disturbed student Schnapp's obsessions. Sounds like The Turning. Okay. Alright, that sounds somewhat reasonable. Right? No? Men in Black was released 25 years ago. What? No. It's got to be longer than that. 25 years. Wow. Hunger Games. Far From Home. Joseph Quinn and Joe Keery. It's so weird to see him without the long hair. Like, I barely recognize him without the long hair. Interesting shot. Joe Keery. Yeah. Rise of Gru. Oliver Jackson Cohen wanted to make his character in Mr. Malcolm's List. That also came out this week, right, guys? He wanted to make his character gay. What? However, Emma Wally-Jones couldn't find the right storyline for it, so we decided we don't need to put a label on it and left it up to Oliver's acting decisions. And really, Mr. Malcolm's List. Let's go back to the box office report here, guys. Yeah, Mr. Malcolm's List, that came out in 7th. Now, is that the wide release? Let's see how many theaters. Only 1,003. Mr. Malcolm's List. A young woman courts a mysterious wealthy suitor in 19th century England. So, Oliver Jackson Cohen. Whoops, that's Gorr the God Butcher. Oliver Jackson Cohen. He was in Haunting of Bly Manor. And what else was he just in? Oh, he was the bad guy in Invisible Man. He's a good actor, though. Good actor. Happy birthday, Margot Robbie. That was two days ago. Mother's Instinct with Jessica Chastain and Anne Hathaway is wrapped. Okay, happy birthday to Chloe Bailey. She's a singer. Tessa Thompson. She's going to be in Thor 4. Time Traveler's Wife has been canceled. Okay, guys, it looks like we're pretty much caught up. Oh, there's some more images from Avatar. Daughter. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sigourney Weaver is going to be playing the daughter of Jake and Neytiri. I don't know how that's going to work because she got absorbed by the tree and then goes into her body. I don't know how that's going to work, but okay, fine. So Sigourney Weaver's going to be playing the kid. Yeah. So I should have lumped that in with the Avatar news. But it looks like that's pretty much it, guys. Halle Bailey, Little Mermaid, color purple. They remade the color purple? Huh. December 20th, 2023. And she's going to be Ariel, the Little Mermaid. I'll have to keep my eye on this. I'm just trying to imagine her with the red hair. If they even are going to use the red hair, I don't know if they will or not. I think we saw some set photos where she did have red hair. But I'll be curious to see how that one works out. I really will. But it looks like that's pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know what you thought about some of these stories in the comments below. I don't know if there's going to be movie news tomorrow because, as I said, I'm going to probably go see Elvis. And it's the summertime, so we're going to play it a little bit loose. I may, if I take the day off, I may come on later on. We'll have to see. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Join us tomorrow, 12 p.m. Well, no, not tomorrow. I just said I'm not going to be here, James. What am I doing? I'll keep you guys posted, for sure. If not, Wednesday for sure. We'll be back. Okay, see you then.